The Perpetual Mechanical Array, or PMA, is one of the tankiest bosses in the game, with it having 2.2 million HP when it's on floor 12, chamber 3 of the Abyss. Because of this, it is very helpful to know its attack patterns in order to maximize your damage against it. Regardless of HP, the PMA has 6 attack patterns. The unique thing about this boss is that some attack patterns will only occur in melee/long range, and this guide is separated to reflect that. Starting with the attack patterns that are independent of range, the first is a Rocket Strike. The boss transforms into a rocket and plunges down, dealing physical damage. This is one of the most annoying attack patterns this boss has, as it can allow the boss to fully avoid short interval damage sources, like Raiden's initial Burst Slash or Eula's Burst. Ayaka mains also need to beware this attack, as it is possible to completely whiff your burst if you don't properly time it. The second attack pattern is a Tactical Strike, where the PMA will send a mortar-like strike into the sky, dealing physical damage when landing. The strike area gets fixed about 1 second before the damage is dealt, and the area hit is small enough where 1 dash is sufficient to get out of the strike zone. The last attack pattern that is independent of range is a Beam Attack, where physical damage is dealt constantly. This attack can be immediately ended by either getting out of range or running around the PMA. It is also simple to kite it, as dashing gives enough room to not get hit. While each hit doesn't do much damage on its own, getting focused by this attack will result in your character's untimely death. Next, we have the attack patterns that will only trigger for when you are in melee range. The first is the Sword Slash, where the PMA will transform into a sword and slash at you. The easiest way to dodge this is to go towards the hilt of the sword and dash underneath the oncoming slash. The PMA can also transform into a giant spinning blade, and then zigzags across the arena. Iframing through dashing here is recommended due to the fact that the AoE of this attack is fairly large, and is almost impossible to just completely dodge by getting out of range. The last attack pattern, which the PMA only does if you are far away from it, is a cube rolling attack, where it transforms into a large cube and rolls at you until you're within range of an AoE pulse, which deals physical damage. Mainly utilizing a long-range bow DPS character like Ganyu will cause this attack to occur, and the best way to deal with it is either by iframing with a dash or burst. If the PMA launches a spinning blade attack, it will most likely go into a sword slash and then into a rocket attack. A similar pattern appears for the sword slash attack, as the rocket strike will come after it most of the time. Knowing this can avoid any unwanted wastes of elemental bursts. The defensive stance the PMA can enter can be triggered by either getting it into a certain HP threshold, or after a certain amount of time has passed, around 30 to 40 seconds. If you are trying to beat this boss in the Abyss, I would suggest restarting until the marked Ruined Sentinel is either a Ruined Cruiser, which looks like a glorified triangle, or the Ruined Destroyer, which looks like a snake. This is because the HP pools of these two are significantly lower than the other 2 Ruined Sentinels, which will allow you to save on some time. Make sure to watch out for the Ruined Defender, which is the crab-like enemy, as it can jump at you, which will cause you to get staggered if you are hit. Also, be careful about your positioning in this phase, as you can get trapped by the Ruined Sentinels, preventing you from capitalizing on the down state of the PMA. Also note that the PMA loses 50% resistance to all damage sources once downed. Also, in earlier patches of the game, there existed a glitch where if you opened the map while fighting the PMA would go to phase 2 upon exiting the map, after 45 to 60 seconds. This doesn't seem to work anymore, ? It may work in some scenarios, but from the trial tests I conducted for this guide, these do not seem to work. So keep that in mind when trying to fight this boss. This glitch probably doesn't work anymore. With that, thank you all for watching. I hope this guide was helpful for you to 36 star the current Abyss, as PMA is in chamber 3 at the moment on floor 12, and have a nice day. Thanks for watching.